is burning your money. And today, the Government Accountability Office is doing the same. The GAO issued a scathing report on the companies our government is doing business with. You know, the companies that get billions of your tax dollars. Turns out many of these contractors couldn't be bothered to comply with the law. Congressman Jason Chaffetz is a Republican from Utah who serves on the Oversight and Government Reform Committee. Welcome, Congressman. Good to see you in the flesh for the first time.
Yes, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so tell me, how is it that companies can break the law and then be hired by the federal government?
It's so frustrating. I mean, there's nothing worse than somebody breaking the law and then getting a government contract. I mean,
But
it
it's
just doesn't sound
happening
Oh,
all
it does.
the time.
The administration has a lot of latitude in what they can do in terms of excluding people, giving exemptions. They maybe have too much latitude based on this report.
Well, let me show you a couple of examples in our audience here, too. For example, a large oil company, they are paying $55 million in OSHA fines between 2005 and 2009. They had a refinery explosion where 15 people died, 200 injuries, $2 billion in 09 government contracts to the government company. The cycle just keeps on. What does it take to lose a government contract?
Well, evidently not enough. I mean, the administration needs to be held accountable for what it's doing and it's not doing, and Congress is probably going to have to step in and toughen that up. I sponsored a bill that said if you're not paying your federal taxes as a contractor, then you shouldn't be getting a federal contract. That bill was moving forward until I also offered an amendment that said the same should be true for federal employees. Then the Democrats yanked it. I mean, it's just, they're not even paying their taxes, and then they get a federal contract? That's just so wrong.
I want to read you something that Dan Gordon, the administrator of the Office of Federal Procurement Policy, said. He says, for too long, federal contracts have been awarded to bad actors. Companies whose actions should have made them ineligible for taxpayer funds that come from federal contracts. This administration is committed to breaking out of that pattern to aggressively protect taxpayer dollars and the procurement system from these bad actors. Are they?
That's not what the report says. Now, they'll claim, oh, we need more resources, we need more money. No, you need to reallocate money. We already have a $3.5 trillion budget, and if they have problems handing out the money, then reallocate the resources so they can do more background, they can do more searching of this. There's too many good companies that are willing to play by the rules. They're the ones that should be getting the contracts.
All right, this report is too much fun. Let me show you a sugar refinery this time. All right, they paid $8.7 million in OSHA fines in 2008. They had a factory explosion that killed 14 people. But they get $6.5 million in federal contracts awarded in 2009. Why is Washington, D.C. so reluctant to clean up its messes? How is it that these situations, these habits continue and continue and continue?
Well, I'm glad that GAO did this report, but now the question is, what are we going to do to act upon it? Because they're so egregious, they're so out of control, there's nothing more frustrating than that. So I will continue to pursue the legislation that we have to try to put it in place so that the administration has less latitude in order to create these exemptions. But they've got to be held accountable for what they're doing and what they're not doing.
Well, I think making it public, for one thing, goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
In trying to correct these situations. It's great to see you again, Congressman.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time. If you're fired up about this or any of the issues on the program, just drop us an email to willisreport@foxbusiness.com.
Coming up on the Willis Report, the Obama administration's push for insurers to offer child-only health policies may raise fees for sick children. More unintended consequences? Jerry digs in. The largest Medicare